So you see we got 6 rifle stations and they're all being used. So if you need to shoot your rifle, you gotta wait your turn. Well, there's the Model 27 brand new at the range, and we're gonna shoot some factory ammo in it first. It's 158 grain Remington and 125 grain Remington jacketed hollow. So here are the 158 grain jacketed hollow point Remingtons. Shooting at 25 yards to get the sight zeroed in.
Here, you have to pull this back and lock that. Right, so you pull this back and lock it with that little button. That way, everybody.
Now the Remington 125 grain jacketed hollow points.
I like the truck mirror on there. That's see it? Prop, Jay?
I'll try this first.
Okay. So remember...
Nice and warm, but not overpressure at all. Now our reload 125 grain jacketed hollow points with a full load of H110, 22 grains.
Did you see, Jay?
Yeah.
What'd you think? Yeah, so my scope is a little bit adjustable.
What?
So I can actually do it a little.
I just bought 3 firearms. I'm trying to buy one more. I bought a 30-06, a Mossberg 5.9 Beretta.
The 22 grains of H110 is a definite maximum load. The pressure is higher than the factory rounds, and the extraction was a little bit stiff, so we're just right at maximum. I think we should cut that back a little bit for this particular gun. Well, the factory Remington 125 grain jacketed hollow points shoot accurately, but low, dead low. Now, interestingly, that this particular factory round shoots very poorly in my Ruger Blackhawks, but it sure shoots through the Smith & Wesson Model 27 very well. It may very well be because of the cylinder throats that the Model 27 has. We'll explain more about that later. So you see, when you measure the cylinder throats on this revolver, what you get are 356. Let's measure another one. 356. And again, 356. So these cylinder throats are a little bit on the small side because I'm used to seeing 357s on my 357 Magnum revolvers. So these are a little bit on the small side, but doesn't seem to hurt the accuracy at all. We don't really want to have cylinder throats that are too small. definitely we want the bullets to be bigger than the cylinder throats. So in this case, if we have bullets that are 357, 358 in our cast bullets, it'll be fine. Okay, so here comes some 38 specials that are reloads with 3.5 grains of promo. And Terry is going to try the Smith & Wesson Model 27, and it goes the other way, Terry.
Oh, does it? That'll teach me.
Smith & Wesson Model 27. Terry's going to give us his lowdown on it after he shoots it. Well, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it's got a nice trigger, but I tend to agree with you that I don't think it's as good as the old Smith & Wessons. It's not a bad trigger. It's got a good feel to it. I like the ergonomics of the whole thing, and it's not a bad trigger. But I think you're right. I think the ones that were back from the 60s and 70s have a slightly better, crisper trigger than this one has. It's still, I mean, it's not a bad trigger, but I'm with you. I think the ones that were much older had a slightly...
Now, you can't say much about the finish of the Smith & Wesson Model 27 because it's got powder all over it.
No, but I can see right here, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's one of those really nicely blued... Boy, you talked about my Hawk and black powder having a nice finish. This one's got an equally nice finish. Beautiful polish, excellent blue, very nice.
Well, thank you very much for coming over and checking that out, Terry.
Well, thanks for letting me.
5 grain jacket hollow points with 22 grains of H110. They're hot, but they're not too hot. So now we're going to shoot some of these 200 grain powder coated bullets cast from Lee molds and loaded with 14.1 grains of H110.
Your right hand when you pull the trigger. So with your right, do exactly right. Take your left hand and put it back here.
Not bad. 5 right together and one's dropped an inch low. So here's that load with the powder coated bullets. 14.1 grains of H110 and a 209 grain Lee non-flat bullet with Magnum primers, 1.617 overall length. And some will say, well, why'd you shoot this offhand? Why don't you shoot from a rest? Well, if I shot from a rest, it would be half the size of that group and you wouldn't have the drop shot. But offhand, that's not bad for powder coated performance. So I shot 4 more. That's the last 10 rounds I had. So they went right in here, and the powder coated Magnum load is a very good one. That's a keeper for that Model 27. And this is the powder coated bullet, the 200 grain, but shot with the HS6 load. And what happened was holding here, the bullets were going up here, so I had to hold down here. So that's good performance for a target load with the HS6. That target load is 6.1 grains of HS6. Bullets are sized, no gas checks at all were used in any powder coated bullet today. Well, just got back from the range, and you see we have 2 big bags of range scrap to add to our supply of range scrap. Almost have enough to do a marathon ingot casting session. So you see today we fired 300 rounds and 9 different loads, of which 3 were factory, 6 were reloads, 1 reload with jacketed ammo, and the rest with cast bullets and powder coated bullets. We only shot powder coated bullets at the end. Shooters and reloaders, something very disturbing here, and that is I need to show you this. Today we shot a lot of 125 grain jacketed hollow point blasters, and you'll see there the little scribe line underneath the top strap right where the forcing cone is. That is classical gas cutting of the top strap. And also notice the blast mark radiating backward along the underside of the top strap caused by the blast from the cylinder gap. So I'll be watching this. If that keeps getting worse and worse and worse, this gun's going to have to go back to Smith & Wesson for a refit. Well, you can sure bet that wasn't there before we went shooting today. Do you see that little blast mark right on the top of your cylinder? Those marks on the cylinder are caused by the same problem that caused this. After all, this is supposed to be the first of the Magnum revolvers built on the rugged end frame. Am I a bit disappointed? And the answer is no. Give me another 4,000 or 5,000 rounds. Then I'll let you know if I'm disappointed or not. In the meantime, I'm happy with this revolver. It's fun to shoot. After all, the barrel is clean. And all I did was run a nylon brush through there. And the cylinder throats are clean, as you can see. Plus, the gun worked perfectly all day. Just the way it's supposed to. The sights were easily adjusted. So now we are on target. The thing about YouTube is that we have a record now of the gas cutting, and now in about another 5,000 rounds, when I check that again, we can have a video comparison of the two. Interesting. So am I happy with this revolver? And the answer is, yeah, you have to be. It shot very well today, 300 rounds. So if you're asking me whether I dislike it or whether I like it, the answer is I like it. See you next video. Bye for now.